Good day, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. As you know, I love to transmit some information video rather than just reading, so it gives you a different perspective. So today I thought I'd talk about one of the subjects that is in our readings, is in some of the discussions that we have, and that is making the right decision. Making the right decision is a culmination of why we go to school, why we obtain a degree. We hope to obtain the knowledge necessary that provides us with the foundation to make better decisions. And so the key is, how can we use that knowledge to make better decisions? So here's my thoughts in that regards. So first is, it's a great challenge to make the right decision. Overcoming those challenges can culminate in the right decision. So we need to control our influences. And the first influence that we need to control is biases and perceptions. Everyone has a bias or perception. No one that I've met doesn't have a preconceived notion about something, whether it's the job or a type of food that they eat. And that bias affects your thinking. It affects your ability to think rationally and logically. So they impede our thought, they collude our understanding. So we all have to know what our perceptions and biases are, even prejudices, and control them so we can hopefully make a better decision. The second influence is the unwillingness to do the right thing. The unwillingness in economics terms to give up what we call pleasure. In other words, sometimes it's easier to tell a lie so that you can do something that you want to do rather than tell the truth and do something you don't want to do. Some children may say, "No, I've already done my homework," to their parents. In reality, they just want to play a video game. They don't want to give up playing the video game. They'd rather not do their homework and enjoy the video game. So that's a second thing, is you have to understand the nature of giving up some pleasure to do something that's right. Third is the natural tendency to fit in. And so you tend to make a decision because other people would make the same decision. You don't want to go against the grain. It's kind of the difference between a leader and a follower. And it means in some ways going against the many to satisfy the few, even if the few is only you. And finally, one of the influences that affect us is this nature of trying to rationalize and justify. So when we know we're not making the right decision, we tend to rationalize and justify. And if you ever hear somebody say something like, everybody else does it, or I was just following what other people are doing, then you know that they're justifying and rationalizing. The right course of action is to not do that, but they see other people doing it, and they figure that gives them the reason to do the same thing. So to overcome these influences and to make the right decision, there's a couple things to do the right thing. There's a couple things that I would look at as far as the barometers that you should look at to make this right decision. First is it legal? This is probably the easiest one. Although there is some gray area in the law, it's usually pretty cut and dry. The speed limit may be 25, you're going 27, it's clearly not legal. Whether you get a ticket or not is beside the case, but it's clearly not legal. The second is the argument balanced? Did you gather all the facts, theories, statistics related to the issue? Did you look at both sides of the issue? Did you not only gather the information, but did you look at it before you made a decision? It's a really important point. Do you have balance in making the decision? And the last one's the hardest, which is it right? We often know have to have a bit of a challenge to determine if something is right. You have to have some standard. So here's the standard that I use. Would you want every person you know to make the same decision in that same case? And that's a pretty tough standard. If someone was to steal money, then you would ask somebody, would you want everybody to steal that money in the same circumstance? And most people would say no. There was a great philosopher who said you should act as if you're the monarch of the universe, where whatever action you're taking, you should want everybody else to take that exact same action. So that's a little bit of a background on some of the influences that affect us in making the right decision, whether it's in ethics or sociology. It's also one of the reasons that we try to obtain an education, try to gain more knowledge so that we have that knowledge to make the better decision. And when you do have that knowledge, our hope is that you look at three aspects. Is it legal? Is your argument balanced? Is it balanced? And is it right? And if you look at that, I'm confident that you'll make the best decision that you possibly can. Hope you enjoyed. If there's anything else that I can converse with, please let me know. I always like your opinions or thoughts on on these videos and certainly welcome different perspectives as well. Enjoy the rest of your day.